What's up, everyone? Welcome to the show. Welcome to Equip Live. My name is Joseph,
I'm Will.
and we want to thank you for joining us. This is the show where we are looking to equip you with the knowledge and tools you need to create your best content. Will,
That's right.
how are you doing today, bud?
I'm doing good, man. I was just thinking if that timer ends at some point, it's gonna catch me dancing. Like
I was thinking the same thing.
it's gonna be
I'm
real
definitely
awkward. Yeah, exactly.
awesome. Well, listen, hey, we got a great show for you today. I'm super excited for the show today. We are doing a very first host react segment today with Cowley Storm Chasers. So for those of you watching, give Cowley a shout out in the chat. Of course, we're here to answer your questions live as well. So we are coming at you via Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. And our show is Tuesdays and Thursdays at this time, 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. YouTube.com, Logitech for Creators, Twitch.tv, Logitech C, and Facebook.com, Mevo Camera. Awesome. So if you're first time watching us, thank you for joining us. Stay tuned. We got a lot of great show heads up for you. But before we continue, we begin every show with talking about what products we're using and how our setups are coming at you today. So Will, why don't you give us a little rundown on your setup today?
Yeah, absolutely. So I've got the Mevo Start as my camera. The Mevo Start is connected to my Windows PC using wired webcam mode. And then I've got my blue baby bottle microphone, which is going directly into my computer as well. And what else am I doing? I've got my UE customs in my ear. These are pretty awesome. And then I've got a couple of Lytra glows on either side of me. So I think that's pretty much it for my setup today. Pretty basic.
Yeah, well, it's basic to a point, right? Like your setup's definitely your video quality is looking pretty crisp. I like the bokeh effect you have in the background. So
Right.
how are you achieving that aspect of it?
Yeah, that's actually a really good call out because as you know, the Mevo has that fixed focal length. So unlike the Stream Cam or DSLRs, it doesn't have that blurred background effect. But I really like that effect, and so I wanted to have that with the Mevo. So I'm using NVIDIA Broadcast, which is a free program from NVIDIA. As long as you have an NVIDIA graphics card, and I think it can be a pretty basic one too. I think it's like even the first series or something like that will work. And yeah, you just feed the Mevo camera source into that, and then have it go out to Melon.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love I love
Yeah.
the effect it creates. All right, so I'll tell you a little bit about my setup. My setup is a little different than usual. So right now I rehauled my setup actually. So for my camera, I'm actually coming at you using the Logitech Stream Cam. That is being sent to my computer via USB-C. And then for audio, I have my Blue Baby bottle, which is actually running through a Scarlett interface directly into my computer via USB. And then I also have some filters on it, so I can talk a little bit about that as well. And then for listening, I too have the UE custom ear. I also have my Lytra glows right up in front of me. So if you see you can see the exposure on my hand there. They're about 2 feet away from me. So I have two Lytra glows I'm using there. And I believe that's it. That's all coming into Melon. So, Will, let me tell you a little bit about my audio setup for today.
Yeah.
I'm actually running my audio through Streamlabs desktop.
Nice. Interesting. So why are you doing that?
So I will tell you once I find the screen I'm looking for. Oh, that's G-Hub. There we go. So in Streamlabs desktop, let me make this a little bigger for us to see here. Actually didn't make it that much bigger. So in Streamlabs desktop, when you do an audio input, you have the availability to put some filters on it. So this is normally stuff I would be doing for our setups through my analog gear, but I wanted to go digital. And the reason why I want to do this is because I want to show that you don't necessarily need all that analog gear in order to accomplish this, right? This is in Streamlabs desktop. It's part of the audio input filters, and I can add some things in here. So for example, I could add something like noise suppression. So right now I'm using the RN noise suppression, which is the default noise suppression for Streamlabs. They give you two options here. So one is for lower CPU usage, so it's less strain on your computer. The RN noise is a better quality noise suppressor. So that's what I'm going for. And right now the strain on my computer is only about 7%.
Nice.
So I'm not really concerned about that. So I'm going to go with the better quality there. Next up, I have a compressor, and this is just to level me off a little bit. So I'm going by a pretty aggressive ratio of 6 to 1. And then my threshold is at minus 30 with a 7 dB output gain boost. So essentially what I'm doing is anything that's breaking that 30 negative 30 dB threshold gets lowered by 6 to 1 dB. And then because that signal is getting lowered and squashed, I'm going to bring that right back up to like a line level, nice solid level with the output gain. And this just allows me to get really loud or get really soft and not have so much disparity in my vocal.
Smart.
And then next up, I have my noise gate. So this noise gate is setting a minimum threshold for noise to pass through. So what that means is if I want to, maybe hide my computer fan noise, which is pretty loud, or some of my key clicks, or maybe some of my chair creaks and stuff like that, the noise gate will take care of that. So I'll give you an example of that. So let's see. Right now, can you hear my chair creaking so much? Like when I'm not talking?
Yeah, a little bit. Not too much, though.
Okay, so if I turn that noise gate off,
yeah, very big difference.
Big difference, right? So having that noise gate on is great. Now, again, when I'm talking, the noise gate's open, so you'll still hear the cracks and stuff when I'm talking.
Right.
But when I'm not talking, if I'm just moving around,
genius. I love it.
It shouldn't come through nearly as much. So those are the 3 options. I'm using Streamlabs Desktop in order to get that into my stream. Now, how do I get that into Melon, right? So I'm using something called Virtual Cable. So Virtual Cable allows me to bring that audio out of Streamlabs right into Melon via the mic input. And then for my video, like I said, I'm using the Stream Cam. So because I'm putting everything through the USB on my computer, everything should be nice and synced. Maybe the chat can let me know if there's any issues there. I mean, looks good to me.
That's pretty awesome. Yeah, and this is totally free. These things are already built into Streamlabs Desktop, so everybody has this option. And of course, yeah, you were saying that you're using the virtual cable to go into Melon from Streamlabs, but you could also send that to like Zoom or something like that, really anywhere, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is a nice workaround for if you don't have any type of internal software on your computer, like things like Pro Tools or Logic or whatever type of audio editing program to provide certain plugins like compressors and noise suppressors. This is a nice way to work around that using free software through Streamlabs, and it works great. The virtual cable software is something you would need to download as well. It's for Mac and PC. It's just called VB Cable. You can Google that. They're everywhere. And all that does is allows you to route audio within your computer to different destinations and stuff. So like you said, using this in Zoom, Google Meets, Melon, I can get the same results in all those platforms.
Very, very cool. Cool. Let's say hey to some people.
Absolutely. All right, let's go to the top of the list. Thanks for everyone for joining us.
What's up, Heine? Welcome back. Got Kathy. Hey, Kathy, how you doing?
Kathy, I feel like we haven't heard from you in a while.
Yeah.
I think of the same Kathy, maybe a different Kathy. I think that's the right Kathy.
I think yeah. I recognize the image.
Oh, here we go.
Cowley.
The team of the hour right here. How is it going, you guys? So excited for this episode. We are very excited. So for those of you who don't know, Cowley is going to set the bar for user submissions for the host React. I'm very excited to talk about it. What's up, Ben?
What's up, Ben? How you doing? K.God. What up?
That's awesome. Thanks for joining us. That's a new one. Zixie coming in from Louisiana. Awesome.
What's up? Chandler, what's up? Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Chandler. Thanks for watching. Good day, Twitch peeps. All right, we need a nickname for but you know, because it's just too much to say. Yeah, well, but you know. Yeah, well, you know.
Yeah.
What do you prefer, Jared? What do you prefer? Bacon Potato back. Awesome. What's up, guys? Greeting. Great lighting. Hey. Will, big fan of the background too. Absolutely. So
thank you.
Again, Will's just using his setup as far as like having some LEDs in the background, but that foreground lighting he's getting is coming from the Lytra Glow.
Yeah. Big props. What's up, Brian from Vermont? What's going on?
Miss Brian from
Got
Vermont there.
Gordon calling in from Twitch. Yeah, that's a good call out. Let's remind people that we are trying to push everybody over to Twitch. So if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, You'll get a kind of a better experience overall just because of quality, and the whole community is over there on Twitch. So I do recommend heading over. Logitech C is the channel name. Twitch.tv/Logitech C. There you go.
All right. And see, how's everybody doing? What's up? Now, you have to help me with this one. Is it Nachia? Is it Nasia? Spell it out phonetically. I want to make sure we get it right when we call you out on the show.
I'm going to go with Nasia for now.
All right, you're going Nasia. I'm going to go a little more Italian. I'm going to go Nachia.
All right.
And one of us is right.
Yeah, hopefully. Or we're both wrong. You never know.
We're both wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, Kathy's saying she's been busy at work. Well, we're not going to fault you for that. You got to get that, get that job done. That's what's up.
We feel you.
What's up, Jim? How's it going?
Hey.
Thanks for joining us. I definitely saw your update for the for softball. We're gonna catch up with that a little later in the show today. Thanks for hooking us up with that.
Thanks.
Is that Chow? Hello.
Oof. Chow. I don't know. I'm gonna butcher that one.
All right, Jared. He says, "What do I prefer, Jared, Chubbs, etc." I mean, we're not gonna not use Chubbs now. Forget it. That's it. That's game over, Chubbs. That's it. I mean, you might as well just change it. Might as well just change the name completely. That's awesome.
There you
go. All right. Well,
cool.
Thanks everyone for joining us. I do truly appreciate it.
Yeah. So we've got an exciting day going on, right? It's gonna be a good show. So today we're talking about Host React, which is gonna be one of many episodes where we do this. So be sure to check out that link below so you can send us your setups and everything like that. Boom. That was smooth. I like that. Yeah, you want to tell us a little bit more?
Yeah, absolutely. So let's talk about the segment in general. So the Host React segment is where you can submit a photo or video of your setup or your creation station or however you're using the Logitech for Creators products. You can email that to equiplive@logitech.com and put in the subject line Host React. Or you could also submit the form using our Willow link, which you should see scrolling at the bottom there, wlo.link/@Logitech C. And you can fill out the form there through the Willow link. Well, do you have the Willow link available on a browser we can pull up, maybe?
Yeah, let me pull that up real quick.
And of course, while Will does that, we have another submission on that Willow link. You can become a user tester with Logitech. So this is your opportunity to get firsthand on unreleased products, maybe some packaging, potential marketing materials, software, firmware, things that we're testing out, and we want to get your opinion from the field. So this link, you can copy it from here, or again, you can go to that Willow link at Logitech C, and you'll find the links there. And I believe Will has that set up for us. Let's see, check it out here. Beautiful, yes, perfect. All right, so if you check here, this is what that link brings you, and it has all of our stuff on here. Where you can, it's a link to the show, link to all the surveys, link to the Lytra Glows, the creators for BIPOC, the Songbreaker Awards, all the stuff Logitech C has going on. I find that we have so much stuff going on, it's just hard to even tell everybody about it. So this is the best place to find out what we have available out there.
Yeah, and if you haven't checked out Willow already, if you go to this link that we have down there, it'll bring you to this page, and you can actually click the W there at the bottom, which I think is actually getting cut off a little bit there. Yeah. But basically, if you click that W, it'll bring you to Willow, and you can set up your own account. But what it is it's a Linktree program, or not program, I guess website. So we found that more and more people they want to link people to their TikTok, their Instagram, maybe their personal website, blog, something like that. So lots of people have tons of links. So with Willow, you can put all of your relevant links in there. And so when you set up a profile on like Instagram or Twitch or whatever it is, then you can just put the one Willow link and it'll bring them to all of your stuff, all of your content. So check that out.
Yeah, it's super beneficial, especially for those that are trying to like promote their content and really like push their stuff out there. Super, super beneficial.
Yeah.
And then lastly today, we want to talk about, since we were discussing Streamlabs, we want to talk about something Streamlabs has going on right now. So if you visit streamlabscharity.com, you'll see a charity stream for the Ukraine. And this is just a a donation foundation fund just to help the people who have been injured or displaced during the war in Ukraine. For those of you that don't know, a lot of the Mevo software development team, most of the Mevo software development team is from the Ukraine. So they're obviously dealing with a lot. So if anyone's interested, you can go ahead and visit streamlabscharity.com and you feel free to donate there.
Yeah, and what's really exciting about that also is that they've already raised $993,000. So
Wow.
it's pretty amazing. It's all from individual creators too, which is really, really cool.
Yeah, this is a huge incentive in the streaming community, in the Streamlabs community. I mean, you said almost $1 million, right? It's already been. So if you want to participate, every penny counts. We truly appreciate it. All right, Will, I think it's time.
Nice. So this is I'm really excited for this because I got a little sneak peek, but there's some stuff I haven't seen yet. So
yeah, so we're going to be talking Host React today. We're going to be highlighting Cali Storm Chasers. I'm going to post their link so you can see their stuff as well. They use multicam, they use Mevos, and we're going to see what they got going on. So I'm going to pull up a little video, and just so everyone knows, Will has not seen this video yet. I haven't showed it to him. So it's a short one, but it's cool. And there's some interesting things going on there. So Will, I know this is your first time seeing it, so I can't wait to see what you say about it. And let me pull that up. Here we go.
Tells me it's kind of ramping up.
Whoa! Oh my God!
I'm already subscribed. Like 5 seconds in.
Whoa! You gonna see that?
Yeah. Dash cam.
That's cool.
That's
Whoa.
sick.
Big lightning bolt.
Driver cam. Driver cam.
So you see how he has it set up?
Trying to separate from this.
Yeah, where he's vocally changing
And
the
this
camera
view that you're
moves
looking at
as
now
they're
is
driving.
That supercell that we're
Yeah,
tracking.
that is just
It is really
bonkers.
HD.
That is awesome.
Very hard to see anything.
So let's see if he switches again.
Dash cam.
Sick. That's
Dude.
awesome.
Tells me it's
That's
kinda
so
ramping
cool.
up.
I need that in my life.
Oh my God!
Wow.
Dude,
Yeah,
that is awesome.
that is so cool. All right, so we're gonna mute that. We'll change this up here. Bring that.
So what's really interesting about this, like from like my initial reaction gear wise, is that like you could never do this with anything but Mevos, like because they're so small.
100%.
Like this is awesome. This is a really cool setup.
Yeah, so we're going to take a closer look at the setup. I want to see in the comments, tell us what you think about this when I bring up the setup here. So give me a second. I'll start bringing these in. Let's go here and let's go. So this is just a dash cam setup. So this is insane. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Let me just go to my little pointer here. There it is. So you'll notice that he has a Mevo on the window here. Let's just talk about for a second that the windshield is cracked. Now he mentions that was unrelated to storms, but it seems like a hail bump there. And you'll notice that in this video he had the storm map, right? So this is the weather map where they can actually monitor where the storm's going, what direction it's going to in, if it's going to be swings. I'm sure they do a lot with this as far as trying to stay safe during this whole process. But he has one of the Mevos connected to the windshield here. And then let's go back to this one. It's another view where he has another Mevo here on the driver's side, and then another Mevo here on the passenger side. And you can see the mounts he's using are these window suction cup mounts, which is really cool because the Mevo has that quarter 20 in it. So you can use basically any mounting device up with the Mevo, essentially, any common mounting device. So he has those. So this is the windshield, again, driver, and the passenger side. So definitely let's know what you guys think about this setup in the comments. Here's his link right here, or their link, I should say. www.youtube.com/c/Cowley Storm Chasers. It's really cool, the footage that they're getting.
Yeah.
It's such an innovative and cool way to use the Mevos. So
First
Go
off,
ahead.
definitely everybody head over there and shoot them a subscribe, hit them up because that is awesome. I really, really, really like that. And I'd love to see that live as well too. I think that would be like maybe the most interesting stream that I've ever seen. So I'm curious about the setup. Let's talk about it a little bit. So
Yep.
we've got USB cables coming from the back of the Mevo. Is this for power or is this for wired webcam?
Yeah, so he has a I have another image that I wasn't able to pull up on here just yet, but he has all these are going to a USB hub, and then that hub, let's go like that there.
So
the
that's how
USB
they're doing the overlay with the map.
exactly. So what they're doing is they're bringing their Mevos into OBS, and then they're streaming from there. What's cool about this is you have an option here too, though, because you can stream from there, or you can use the multicam app and just cut out OBS completely, but then you don't get that map.
Right.
But it's awesome the way they set it up, and then they also have a scroll on the bottom, just to kind of post like advertise links and stuff like that as well on their stream, which I think is huge, especially if you're watching live. But what's cool about this, and the reason why this is such a good conversation is because last week when we were talking about this, right, the issue was power. So if you're chasing a storm for 8 hours, right, the Mevos have about a 6-hour battery life.
Right.
If they're being powered by the computer, right now you got to find a way to power the computer. So he has a converter set up, which is plugged into, which a computer is plugged into.
AC port.
Right, yeah, it's like the AC/DC converter.
Yeah.
And then that's powering everything. Now, Callie runs into some issues here, right? So if he's doing his streaming, I could totally see there be issues with like, getting the feed out there, right? Like, so
the cell.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So talk to us a little bit about that. Well, what are some challenges you see with this setup right away?
Yeah, so as if it's not hard enough as it is just to have a stationary stream, so like at a baseball game, softball game, whatever it is, you still have to have that good connection. But if you're on the move at the same time, then that means your cell signal is changing like all the time. So you may have really good signal in one part and then half a mile away, really bad signal. So that's a giant challenge there. But I will say you're probably better off going to the computer because then you can use a really strong cell signal. Like the phone is maybe not always ideal, but if you're using like a MiFi or something like that, then you really, you can get a lot stronger signal with that. They have like multiple antennas and everything. So yeah.
Yeah.
But that's definitely a challenge.
It for sure is. And like, let's just talk just like the theory behind it of just like getting this footage from so many different angles, right? So you can see the images below us. So getting this footage from so many different angles as he has it in the dash cam, and he has it on both sides, and then he has that voice operation. So Callie, let us know what you're using for that voice command, because I thought that was really cool too, because he has it set up where he could say dash cam and then the cam switches to the dash cam, right? And he can say driver cam and then that goes to the driver's side. So that's a extremely useful I guess method for this case, especially because you're driving, right? You're moving along with the storm. Right. You got to be paying attention to everything around you. You can't be messing around clicking buttons on a computer, and even if you have someone co-piloting that and paying attention to that, that's less time they have viewing your surroundings and maybe catching a funnel or a tornado or lightning or any of the other crazy
so the
stuff
stakes are high. Yeah,
the stakes are high.
The stakes are awesome. High. We've got some people are hyped about it too in chat too, which is we've got
let's see what they're saying.
Nasia, who clarified Nasia as the name, so point for Will. Nice.
Fair, I concede. Nasia, thank you for clarifying that.
Let's
All
see.
Right. Jim says this is awesome.
That is awesome. Confirmed, man.
Yeah.
Nasia saying, "Oh my god, it's sick."
Chubbs says that looks like the storm yesterday in AR in Tennessee that I was driving through. Yeah. Callie, I know you're watching. Let us know where some of that footage was and what areas you're in. I think he told me too. I don't remember, but he'll tell us. Gordon says 3 stormy days here in a row. Nice. Yeah. Well, now we have an excuse to take footage of it, right?
Yeah. I mean, That's a cool effect too. And think of all the post stuff that you can do with this, right? Like take
Yeah.
this footage, maybe slow it down like a lot, and so then you're seeing the lightning slowly go down and break apart.
Mm-hmm.
That would be really cool as well.
Absolutely. Hey, Pastor Daryl. Yeah, incredible image and setup. Yeah, it really is incredible. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Gordon says, love to see the mounting options for those cameras. Very creative. Yeah, and Callie, feel free to share any of the, the links to the equipment and stuff in the chat with people that may be interested.
Yeah.
The mounting setup you have is really nice. Callie's chiming in. He says he's using the wired webcam. Makes total sense, right? So now you can power your Mevos, get it into OBS, and then you can adjust everything from there as long as that computer has power. Really, really, really cool. Nice to see the integration of Mevo wired webcam, multicam, and OBS. Yeah. I mean, technically, this isn't using the multicam app, but it's a good point because we could do that if you wanted to and maybe set up more cameras, right? So you can set up cameras wirelessly to your computer using multicam through webcams, right? So you could have 3 there. And then you can set up like 2 more cameras. So you want to put them on the rear view and go wired with those. You can do that too.
And another thing I like about this is you don't see many people that are using wired webcam in a mobile situation, but like it makes a lot of sense, right? Like you have continuous power, you have a very strong connection to your computer using USB. So yeah, I mean, I really like that. I think it's really, really original. It kind of makes you think about all the options that you could use with multiple Mevos, and think about he's got also using 3 Mevos right now. But if you're using wired webcam, you've got a USB hub. This could be 15 Mevos if you wanted.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
15 Mevos mobile. That is awesome.
Yeah.
Now I got to try that.
I'm going to hide us for a second because Daryl says, plus they are riding through a storm. Good point. Well, yeah, I mean, you got to be on sensory overload here, right? Like you got to be 360-degree awareness, right? You got to be keeping an ear out because you got to hear what's going on out there. You got to see what's going on right there. You have to drive, which is nuts. Near Palmer, Iowa. Awesome, Callie. Thank you for that. And he also chimed in saying Cowley Storm Chasers. I'm sorry, via voice attack is what I'm trying to get
if you want to pull up my my web browser, I've got that pulled up.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna have to try this in a future show, definitely. So thank you for pointing this out because it's honestly ridiculous that I haven't even heard of this program. I'm kind of ashamed of myself, but we are definitely gonna try this on the show. I wonder if we could kind of like cue it up to just key terms, so I'm not like calling out like switch to this camera, switch to this camera. It's just like every time I say the word browser, it switches to whatever.
Man, this is really cool.
Yeah.
Now, is this a do they have a free version, paid version? Like what are we looking at?
Let's see. Purchase.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yep. Sick.
$10. That's not too bad.
Money well spent, especially for you, Callie. Definitely money well spent.
Yeah.
See, this is what we're trying to do here. We're trying to learn these things. This is great.
This is the best part about having a community, is because we're all teaching each other all these different things. And it's not just us teaching you guys stuff. It's you guys are very actively teaching us stuff too, which is really cool.
100%.
Awesome. We're going to try that out.
Absolutely. I'm going to try and mess around with my melon views here.
And also, I noticed that we were blocking some links, so I allowed links again. So if you want to link to Cowley, or Cowley, if you want to link to any gear or anything like that, feel free to do so. You're good.
Yeah, absolutely. So Cowley's coming in. He says this was on Tuesday. They captured a tornado. Unfortunately, the hotspot turned off as we got the tornado, so didn't get that stream. Okay, fair. Did you have the backup recordings going? So hopefully you got footage of that. I'd hate to see you lose footage of an actual tornado. Yeah, this is awesome, dude. I actually think I like this view the best. Nope. So many views in Melon, guys. Yeah, that works. Nice. It's so funny. You know. It doesn't happen often, but since I've moved to where I live now, we've had 3 tornadoes on Long Island, which is very, 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 very rare. And every single time we had a tornado, I was driving through it just like this. I was on a highway on the LIE. So for anyone who's on the East Coast or is familiar with New York, Long Island has a road called the LIE. It's 495. Basically, it just runs across Long Island, right? So if you're on it and you're going somewhere, you're usually on it for a while. It's very similar to this.
Yeah.
And I drove right through it, like literally right through a tornado, and like it was just the scariest experience, one of the scariest experiences of my life. The fact that Callie's doing this for fun, and and streaming it, so I'm just blown away.
That's some really high level of pro right there. That's so cool.
100%.
I assume that shot right there, that is the camcorder for like a night vision view.
These are all
Are these all Mevo?
These are all Mevos. Yeah. So when talking to
interesting.
Callie, he's like, I'm going to send you all the Mevo footage just so, because we want to show what the Mevo can do. I mean, and it's picking up lightning like perfectly, which is so cool.
Are links still getting blocked? Yeah.
They may be. We're still working out the chatbot stuff, guys. So bear with us on that.
I actually think it's getting done on the Twitch side.
Oh, maybe Twitch does.
Yeah.
Twitch likes to be like Twitch only.
Let's see if I can jump in there.
Chris is saying absolute insane setup. I imagine he's using the wind audio setting. Yeah, I guess if you were using the internal microphones, that's a good call out. I mean, the wind audio setting. Yeah, in case team, in case you're running through a tornado and you need good audio, the Mevo has a wind setting on it.
Right. It's very useful.
Man.
Hopefully your windows are not open though. So like, let's avoid that.
Yeah, here we go. We got Chubbs coming in saying I was within 100 feet of a F1 tornado. Oh my god, that came through my area on Mother's Day. Couldn't get my gear out fast enough to record it. I mean, again, man, you guys are crazy. If that's the first thought is, oh, let me get my camera.
That's awesome though. Props. Huge props.
So cool. Oh, Callie's saying that he's using the free version of that software. Awesome. And it's working beautifully.
Good to know.
Oh, and he's also mentioning, so the footage of the tornado that he was discussing was recorded on the Sony AX33, which is cool. So that's that other camera he has set up on his mount. I'll show that again real quick. And that's on their YouTube page. So if you're interested in seeing that, this is the Sony camera here he's using with the Mevo camera, and there's his link. Look, and you're able to get it in. It's in Twitch chat right now too. So if you're watching on YouTube, go to twitch.tv/Logitech C. Hop in the chat and you'll see the links getting posted there. Or you can just click on it right here.
Yeah, and so to clarify what was going on there, because that's literally what this entire show is about. It's like talking about stream stuff. So we were using Streamlabs, and Streamlabs has a chat bot, and it allows you to block links. It'll tell you like if your message is too long. You can do a lot of really cool things with it. And we'll have to talk about loyalty, and we'll have to push some polls and stuff like that. But for the links, it was blocked. And then in Twitch, it was also blocked. So I went through both of those settings, and now we're good.
Awesome. Well, thanks for doing that, Will. And it's cool to do that live on the show. Didn't take you much time, right? Just had to find the signal path and then just click some buttons there. Let's see here. He's saying, I love using the Mevo starts for the stream, multiple camera angles. The mics on the Mevo are great where I don't need to purchase a different microphone. Man, Callie, if we could hire you and make commercials out of this, I would. Because it's such a cool, unique use case. And I love that we're breaking it down where it's just like, oh, this isn't how I set it up at my desktop on my computer. No, I'm going to get this in my car and I'm going to film Mother Nature.
Yeah.
So cool.
100%.
So let's keep that chat going. If you guys have questions, again, ask Callie questions right here on the show. He's watching. He's hanging out with us today. If you have any questions about his setup, what he's using. So, Will, since this is Host React, and part of this was to critique a little bit and maybe see how we can talk about improving their setup. I don't know if we can improve Callie's setup, but we can certainly try.
Yeah, so, I mean, obviously doing all the right things, right? So for your situation, I think probably the most challenging thing is that cellular service. So yeah, if you can have multiple cell phones or multiple MiFis or something like that, so you have backups of backups. Honestly, I would even have one device for one service and another device for a completely different service. That way, if you lose signal on one, you can jump to the other.
That's not a bad idea either. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. You've got the map overlay, which is really good. I would maybe even make that bigger and maybe put it in like no, actually I think that's a good corner. But
Yeah,
maybe
that's
make
a
that
solid
bigger.
corner.
But yeah, that's really good. What else?
Or maybe you go like closer on the map, like right there. Looking at that map, I'm looking at like you could probably see a good portion of the country. Maybe even just zoom in on that stormy area when you're driving. But obviously, I mean, these are nitpicky things.
Yeah.
Let's talk about image quality, right? So we're using the Mevos, and the Mevos do a great job in low lighting. Obviously, oh my goodness, every time I say that lightning bolt, that is nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the lighting, you're not going to be able to control all that much, obviously, if you're walking through a storm and it's blocking out the
Right.
sun. But I think it's actually doing a really great job. What I would do is maybe as a before you go on your run, you can match your Mevos together as far as your saturation levels, your exposure levels, just so when it does switch from one to the other, it doesn't look like it's like a completely drastic change in color or anything like that. So
Yeah.
you could match those up a little bit this way. So when you do get those smooth shots from one to the other, you're not seeing a tint in the clouds changing,
Mhm.
making people think, hey, maybe that's not the same scene or not the same, view or something like that.
You gotta get a
Love it.
logo on this thing too. Like,
Yeah.
you gotta
That's a good
really
call out.
advertise your content.
Yeah. Hey, if there's any graphic designers out there that want to reach out to Callie and maybe offer some help with that's watching, or any creators out there that can help with that, hit them up, because that'd be awesome. That's a great idea. Like putting it maybe like a bug on the bottom right and the bottom left or top right even.
Yeah.
Um,
And you could even do that on the Mevo. So if you wanted it only
Mhm.
on one camera, you could do that.
that's true. Yep. You could use the internal graphics.
Mm-hmm.
Put a little bug on the corner. Like he does have like this part here. Let me see if I can just I'll showcase this a little bit. We could talk over it. So he has like, the donations and stuff there, which I think everyone should. If you're watching this, throw him some bucks, because he's essentially risking his life for this footage.
Is
I
that,
mean, let's be honest.
I think that's Stream Elements that he's probably using.
Yeah, likely.
Yeah.
Let us know. Let us know.
But yeah, so to do that is really cool. That's why it's dynamic. So you've got that YouTube icon over there, and it shows the number of viewers. So I think if that's Stream Elements, which I'm pretty sure it is, but I think so, and that's an HTML overlay, which is actually really genius.
Mhm.
It's kind of a lighter weight on your computer.
Yep, definitely a good call. I want to see this. Oh man, you can see where it starts.
Yeah.
Like it's so cool.
Maybe you could set up, let's see. You could set up transitions. It looks like you've got a little bit of a fade between each camera.
Yeah, he has like a cross. It looks like a cross dissolve going from one to the other. I'm gonna put the sound up too, because I just want to hear the changing again. For those, if you're just coming in, this is Callie Storm Chaser's video, and what's cool about it too is he's changing his cameras vocally. So I want to just showcase that again as well.
Yeah.
Whoa! Oh my god!
Oh,
Whoa!
wow. And shout out to
Here's
whoever's
Steve
doing this with you.
Dash cam.
Yeah.
Whoever you talked into doing this with you is a trooper.
Yeah, definitely. So Callie is very willing to answer any questions. So if you have any questions for Callie about the setup or the content or anything like that, like throw them in chat and we'll pass those along. Callie
This
can
view that
answer
you're
some
looking
stuff.
at now is that supercell that we're tracking.
So right after this is where he just starts doing the vocal
Very
camera
hard to
changes.
see anything. Dash cam.
Boom.
So cool, man.
It's kind of ramping
So
up.
cool.
Whoa!
But you notice that when he went to that dash cam, right? That was in the same cut.
Yeah, and I also think that like if you were doing this Like it looks like you're doing it on YouTube, but if you're doing it on Twitch, I honestly think you would get more viewers on Twitch for this kind of stream than on YouTube. Like you should put your post stream video on YouTube 100%, but I think this would be really, really good.
We're back, guys. We're back. Sorry about
And
that.
we're back. Yeah,
that
so
was
going
weird.
to Twitch, you might have a better audience. So I would definitely give that a try. And you could even, honestly, since you're using a computer, you could feed all of this into Melon and shoot from Melon out to multiple destinations. You could add like these dynamic text overlays that we do. You could even throw the arrow that we do on the screen. So maybe moving it to Melon would be really beneficial. Also letting you keep up with chat.
So I'll just let everybody know what that little hiccup was. So I accidentally hit the back button on my mouse,
Nice.
and it took me completely out of Melon, which did in turn make me miss a lot of chat. So I'm going to try and post whatever I have available to me, because when you reset Melon, it doesn't keep the chat from before. It just starts over again. So I'll see what I can get out of this right now.
See, we've got Callie saying, would like to add, I've tried using multicam to wireless webcam to OBS, but then service had to be strong enough for the multicam app, then sending the stream in OBS. So using wired, it's just one connection now. Yeah, it's very, very smart. Good call. Let's see. Love the fact that motion frames per second don't show ghosting or motion blur. Yeah, it actually does really good. The Mevo is doing a really good job of keeping everything looking pretty sharp, even though it's on the move. Let's see. Gordon is asking, what are you using for cellular data? Do you use a special antenna? It's a good question. Yeah, what service are you using? Are you using, I think you said you were using a MiFi or something like that. Let us know the specifics about your service and device and everything like that. I assume 5G. If you're not on 5G, you should be for sure. Let's see.
Yeah, I want to post these questions up, but they're just not popping up for me right now. So just
good.
Keep running through them.
Yeah. Callie's saying I would do 1080p, but the connection is not strong, so I have to do 720 for sure. Thankfully, you're using Start, so if you did want to do individual I guess you're doing wired webcam, so you couldn't do that. But you could record 1080p in OBS and just stream a different resolution. So you could stream 720 but record 1080 if you wanted.
That's true. Yeah. So if you're doing post editing, you can post edit the full feed coming through.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, but or Chubbs saying, my only suggestion would be to make the map translucent. Since you're using OBS, use a chroma key. Yeah, you can use a chroma key. You could also just lower the opacity. So that would be kind of cool. Like you could even do the full screen. Yeah, you could do the map full screen and make it like what is it? Like a Zelda map basically, where it not Zelda, Diablo 2, where it overlays everything, but it's like partially transparent. That would be really cool.
Yeah, you could definitely get creative with that.
Yeah, that's a good call out. Let's see. Callie is saying that he uses 2 Verizon hotspots. Yeah, so I'd actually consider having one Verizon hotspot and maybe one, AT&T or something like that.
Yeah, this way you get the difference in options depending on like what towers are operating at their peak at that area at that time.
Right.
Right. So there's a lot going on there.
Let's see. We've got Ben Beckner saying, how many of us are using Speedify? Let's see. I'm testing Speedify out. Callie is testing it. Yeah, let us know how that goes.
Speedify, I'm not familiar.
So Speedify, I can actually pull it up for everyone.
Let's do it.
Speedify. Use all of your internet connections at the same time. So this is very, very clever. So look at that. You can set up multiple different kinds of connections to use the best one. Streamer's best friend. Yeah, very accurate.
Interesting.
So we'll have to try this out as well. So we've got 2 programs to now try out. We've got Voice Attack and Speedify.
That's awesome.
I guess it says it's doing it from software only, which is kind of crazy. Cool. So we'll check that out.
Yeah, actually, and Ben saying it's been great for him. He's used it.
Nice.
So there's some clout from Ben. Awesome.
Cowley confirming, saying yes, it is Stream Elements doing that graphic overlay.
Good, I will. Good, I will. He also says, had my girlfriend with me. So can we give a shout out to Cowley's girlfriend for just being probably the best girlfriend ever?
Risking her life.
Yeah.
For the content. I love it.
That's love right there. That's love.
Yeah, facts. Let's see if let's put this poll out there. So if you're on Twitch right now, you should have seen a nice little poll pop up from Streamlabs. Have you ever put yourself in danger to make great content? Use exclamation point, vote, and then yes, no, or no way. I'm very curious. You've got about 60 seconds to put in an answer. How dedicated are you to your content and your viewers?
Yeah. And we're really setting the bar high with the host react segment here. So I want to let everyone know we want to see all of your content. Everyone that's participating, show us some stuff. Show us what you've been doing. You know, and we're not going to judge it too harshly, but when you come correct, like Callie did today, I mean, it's pretty undeniable.
Yeah. Callie, you nailed it. Let's see. We've got.
Oh, this is so funny. Fun fact: she's going to be a meteorologist after college in about 1 or 2 months. Well, that's awesome. I guess you're really in the right business.
Yeah.
I guess you could put that on your resume.
Man, it's a perfect couple, man.
Yeah, I love when I love to see when love finds love. You know what I mean? Like that's just a amazing thing. Now think about just going on that interview. It's like, oh, so what are your credentials? Well, here, go to YouTube and we'll show you some lightning bolts dropping 6 feet from my car.
That's crazy.
Oh man, I
really want to see some like crazy hailstorm footage too. If you get some of that, send it our way.
So I'm not going to ask for that, Callie, because I'm not trying to send you into more danger than you're already doing.
Okay,
like Will here.
Fine. Make me into the villain. I think it's just awesome.
Oh, I love this. Brian, straight up, no.
No.
I have not risked my life for my content.
I mean, I don't know if I have. I've certainly risked sleep for my content, but I think that's about it.
Yeah, I guess I've risked long-term health for my content.
Right.
Oh, all right, well, I got to check on something right here. It looks like my for some reason my battery's draining faster than I wanted to, so
no worries.
We may need to cut this a little short today, but let's see here. Oh, I need to find some hail to finish off that cracked windshield.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
Putting armored panels on the side of your car.
Now we're talking. Yeah, well, but you know, shouting out, is WiMAX available in your area? I'd suggest using that. Interesting. I haven't, or maybe it's WiMAX. I haven't heard of that either, but we'll have to check that out. Let's see. Looking into getting a Netgear hotspot with a different network, such as AT&T, but it's expensive. Yeah, for sure. Especially Netgear hotspots.
Got that one.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, Netgear hotspots are typically some of the best ones, but they are on the pricier side. But it seems like you're making good enough content that it's probably worth the investment.
Yeah.
You should see if you can get some ad placements or something like that. We got to get you paid for all of this cool content.
Yeah, all this effort.
Yeah. Let's see. Right. Looks like we've got 2 votes for yes, I have risked my health for my content, and 2 votes for no. So 50-50 split. It's good. I like to see that. Cool. So actually, while I'm looking at Streamlabs dashboard right now, I do actually want to bring up. So we have been using this loyalty feature in Streamlabs desktop, waiting for 1K subs on YouTube to get modified. Yeah, I think a lot of people are. But yeah, if you use Streamlabs desktop, then you can do loyalty, and we've been having this on since the very first show. So everybody the longer that you stay in the channel, the more loyalty points you get. The more you chat, the more points you get. And we're going to do some kind of nice little giveaway for the winner who gets the most points. So like right now we've got, let's see who's number one. We've got Gordon at number 1 with 50 points. Been watching for a total of 3.5 hours. And then Cowley coming in real close in second at 44 points. And Jim at 35, Laser Less at 32. Yeah, well, but 32 as well. So be sure to make it to every show and chat away, because you'll get more and more points and possibly win something soon. So cool. What's up? Let's see. Audio. So let's see. Waiting for. So yeah, actually I was talking to somebody the other day actually about getting monetized on YouTube, and it's tough to get that 1,000 subscriber mark, but what's interesting is YouTube ends up kind of compounding those views and those subscribers, right? So the time that it takes to get 1,000, that gets cut in half basically to get to 2,000, and then so on and so on and so on. So the higher up you get, the easier it gets basically. So keep trucking along, and I would definitely use Twitch as well, so you can move people from Twitch over to YouTube, get those subscribers. I think that would be really good. Let's see. Still not hearing you. But there we go. Oh, we get nice. So Cowley is saying, if anyone has any questions or would like to chat further, I can be reached at cowleystormchasers@gmail.com. Shout out to Cowley for submitting this, because it is awesome content. B, being so cool to come to today's show and answer questions and join the chat and really talk about how they did this and why they're doing one thing over another. And it seems like Cowley is doing everything right, which is, amazing to see. We really hope that if you have a cool setup like this, or even if you don't have a really cool setup like this, and I can hear you now. We still want to see your setup. Maybe we can give you some tips if it's not quite what you want and you want to improve it or anything like that. Or even if you just have really great content that you want to show off and bring more people to your channels, get that 1,000 subscribers, 10,000, whatever it is that you need. Hopefully we can help push you there. So please check out the link down there. wlo.link@Logitech C, and send us your setup. Be on the next Host React.
Absolutely. So I'm just gonna check this real quick. I'm using my Yeti now.
Nice.
Check 1 2. Check 1 2. All right. So something happened. There's something going on. I think I actually think my power supply for the laptop I'm running this on is dead. So I might have to. Yeah, I'm just watching my battery go down. I'm like, usually it's always 100% because it's always plugged in.
Right.
So that caused me to reset this a few times. That's why I was jumping around there a minute. But I do want to point out this. Chris, shout out to Chris on Facebook. Hit up Cowley, and he is a graphic artist. Maybe you guys can work together and come up with a logo for your streams, man.
Nice.
If you don't have one already.
Yeah, and really quick, I do want to kind of plug our next show. We're gonna have a new thing to talk about on not on Tuesdays. Tuesday we're gonna do a little bit of a sneak peek maybe, and then next Thursday we're going to talk about a new release that is going to allow you to do a lot of really cool things with your Mevo. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah,
that's gonna be fun.
Yeah,
don't miss that show.
It's definitely gonna be something that people have been asking about.
Yeah. So you just have to wait a week. I know that it's hard waiting, but it's gonna be worth it. And we're gonna set up a really cool demo as well. That's gonna be very much like our favorite type of demo, which is like to just go to the extreme and try and break things. But I think it's gonna be really fun.
Absolutely. Roger from Facebook coming in. Great setups. Awesome. Thank you, Roger. Thank you for watching. Sweet. All right. Oh, this is a great one.
Yeah.
Where's Fred at?
That's a great question.
I can't believe I missed this one. Can't believe you missed this one.
Hopefully he watched the video on demand. Speaking of which, we do always push everybody over to Twitch for the live show, but if you miss the live show, you can always head over to YouTube and you'll see the entire episode there. And yeah, we've got our shows Tuesday and Thursday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can find us on youtube.com/Logitech for Creators, twitch.tv/Logitech C, and of course, facebook.com/Mevo Camera. Although, as I previously said, move over to Twitch. It's the best. And yeah, so we try and do our Tuesday show where we answer as many questions as we can in the 1 hour that we've got. And then we also have our Thursday show where we get to do fun stuff like today. So both shows are really great. And if you didn't have your question answered on this show, bring it to Tuesday.
Absolutely. So with that being said, I just want to throw up on here real quick. Let's see. One last view of Callie's setup.
Yes.
Boom. There it is. So again, 3 Mevos, 1 on the dash, 1 on the driver's side, 1 on the passenger seat, all connected through wired webcam mode into his computer, driving through storms like a pure boss.
Yeah.
Which is great. All right, Will, that's awesome. Everyone in the comments, let us know what you thought about the very first Host React segment. We want to do more of this. We want to incorporate you, the viewers, into the show and really showcase what you can do with the Logitech for Creators products. This was a great example. Again, Callie Storm Chaser, thank you so much. Make sure everyone goes and gives him a follow, give him a like, show him some love.
Yes.
And
Here's
really
another link for
that.
you.
Boom. Let's see it right there. Check it out right there. youtube.com/c/Cowley Storm Chasers. Awesome.
Go subscribe.
Yep. And Callie's just chiming in. He says the next Host Reacts better top this. Well, you've definitely, like I said, you set the bar as to what you can provide for the show to help us create content, help showcase your stuff. I love it. Whoever's up, come correct.
Yeah.
Now you have a bar to go by.
The gauntlet has been thrown down.
For sure. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thanks again, everyone. We will see you on Tuesday for our Q&A. Ask us anything. And everyone have a great weekend. Will, I'll see you on Tuesday.
See ya.